Hi, everybody. This is Allison from Alley Cat Creations. How are you? Please don't forget to hit that like, subscribe to my channel if you feel it, dig it, vibe it, resonate. And if you would so kindly share so this grows and this gets out there. If you get anything from my work, a connect dot, an epiphany, a mind explosion, a new book to read, a new author to explore, please consider supporting my work. All the links to do that is at the bottom of the description. Also, thanks to so many amazing, beautiful people on my channel, I finally got monetized. I'm not here to gloat that. It's something that is going to help me provide for my kitties, which are somewhere, myself, and just to pay my bills and to feed myself. So I lost 5 more pounds. I am dropping in weight quickly. That's because food prices are still very inflated and I can't pay many of my bills. I have a lot of help coming in, thankfully, from people, but it just doesn't end. And this is a way that you can help my channel. I have a membership. It's just one tier for the moment in time. It's 3D. If you join, great. If not, that's okay too. Um, Liking, sharing, subscribing helps me regardless. Watching my videos and my content helps me. So I want to thank everybody with so much gratitude. This gives me a renewed hope that things are going to work out. Another way, though, you can contribute to helping me. I make beautiful pyramids. That's all packed with gems. Some of them are 5 to 6 pounds. I make gems with big gems in them. I make hearts. I make skulls with gems inside and floral gems. Florals. You could check that out at alleycatcreations211.com. I haven't really put a couple of things on my website because I do everything in a pile. Um, Besides the ghost hunting equipment, I make signs, artwork, commission drawings. That's just pencil, not color. So check my portfolio out, and that's another way to support me. Holidays are coming up, and I'm going through the ornaments that I make. Everything is inexpensive, and if you email me, I'll give you the prices, and if you need some help, I will help you there too. Spiritual soul advice. I was gonna do a quantum AI metaphysics, but I have to like scroll and find the articles. So that might take me another day. I might get that done tomorrow. Then I'll get another Owaspy reading in. Um, and go from there. Today was a very interesting day. I made a lot of gingerbread crayons, um, did some drawing, how to get the normal life stuff done, laundry, washing dishes, cleaning a little bit, um, getting a lot of that stuff out of the way for the week. Um, there's so much going on energetically that I wanted to take some time to talk about some processes that are helping me, which I hope will help you. I've listened to RJ Spirina, something like that, on YouTube earlier today. Although I don't agree with everything that he says, he does channel an ascended master. A lot of it I do agree with. And he did put out there something very interesting that I want to convey to all of you. A lot of people have asked me why I don't sit and go in trance and let anything through me to channel. Although I can, and I have in my sleep, I've only channeled. That means I'm in a meditational state and something comes over me and talks through me. I won't allow that to happen. Not yet, at least. A lot of people I see in chats and all over the place are doing a lot of that. And I think channeling is a beautiful thing. I channel consciously. I don't put a name to the energy coming through me because I know it's me. And there's different aspects and fractals of me in higher density forms, right? Many of you are channels as well. You're just not aware of it. I know when I'm channeling during the live on Friday, I was all over the place in thought. That's usually when I'm channeling. When I'm in one direction of thinking and talking, and then all of a sudden it shifts and then it goes back and it does a weave because there's different energies, different parts of me flowing through me, making me forget what I'm thinking about. That's how I know I'm channeling. He made it a point to say, and I agree with him wholeheartedly, that when people are channeling or giving you advice psychically, the doom and gloom stuff that happens in predictions and when people talk about doomsday shit is an astral entity talking and acting as if they are of a higher light when they're not, but they appear to be and they feel it, but they're not. That's one of the major reasons why I will not channel. My lovely friend Scott, who's always in the comments, he timestamps, and I do recommend those of you who are opened with spiritual insight, you're a medium, you are a sensitive, an empath. The beautiful thing that Scott does is timestamps on just about all the videos I've done recently, what he is noticing, what he sees, noises, eyes, faces, glitches. My bookshelf happens to be a hotspot. So if you're seeing that stuff too, don't be shy. Write it in the comments. It's very important that I have a feeling that is happening, that he's seeing things because I'm here to help be a conduit for him to make him aware that he is very powerful and he has a lot of abilities. And I'm helping in that process of him watching me, that's helping him hone those skills in. Don't worry if you don't see anything. We all have different abilities and we all awaken to those abilities at different time frames. Divine orchestration happens. But if you're seeing stuff, please write it in the comments. I believe a lot of why I want channel is what's here. I am a medium and I draw in a lot of energy, and that is both on both polarities. I also have people that thought project negative entities to me. Lower fourth astral fun. I know they are there. I don't feed it the energy. That's why I do point out when I see stuff, but not all the time because I don't want to take focus away. If you are in that awareness, know that I am only feeding the light. What's coming through me is my highest self of all different types of fractals and all different types of experience that flows through me as I channel. What RJ was pointing out is there's a lot of people out there who are doing spiritual work who are in the doom and gloom, that are offsetting the vibration that we need to hold. Be very discerning who you are listening to. And if you do hear somebody that you love to frequent and they're talking negatively, it might sound positive. Things sound positive, and yet they could still have a negative resonance on them. Make sure you're really being honest with yourself and go in to see if things are hard aligned with you. No higher ended being on a high density, because it's all out of the love frequency, they're coming down and giving you pure messages to help and aid you, not to hinder you, not to throw you off course. If you are somebody that is a channel or is getting information, make sure it's nothing of a doom and gloom or fear-based information. It's very important. His words were very important, and they mimic mine many times. Channeling is not dangerous. If you're a high vibing, love frequency holder of light, it gets dangerous when you are starting out. You're not protecting yourself in the physicality that you are. You're not being able to discern what is coming through you when you are in meditation and going in trance. Ra in the Law of One, they have a whole ritual they go over, and every session the questioner is asking about adjustments or about entities. That alone is a really great exploration of like early 80s channeling and them taking all the proper precautions to protect Carla. Very important. When I go into meditation, I am clearing my space. I am saging. I have Palo Santo. I have salt. I do a whole ceremony before I will go into meditation. And that's deep meditation. If I'm just going and wanting prosperity or abundance or giving myself affirmations, I'm still shielding myself every day. When I'm shielding myself, I close my eyes and I envision myself rooted to the earth, going into the crystal caves that do exist in Mother Gaia, planting my earth cord to earth. So if you look at, because I'm an artist, if you have ribbon, this is the cord that I imagine in my head, a very intricate, beautiful ribbon with the tree of life on it that comes out of my essence and goes deep into the ground out of my feet. And out of my crown chakra, I have a silver celestial cord that looks like a ribbon. This is what I imagine in my mind that goes all the way straight up to the central of the universe, God, self, source, the light. As I'm working my chakra system with the colors of the rainbow, I then start having the golden egg, the light, the white goldish light that inhabits my body to protect it. And then the rainbow of color comes around me in a big bubble. Looks like those bubbles when you blow up dish soap. And then I go and get my dragons and I call in the Merkaba and I call in the plasma to put a cage around me. Then I have sometimes I'll do chainmail. I had it. Where did it go? Oh, it fell. My disco ball. I have my disco ball, but I have a mirror that I put outside of that. Like I heavily protect my energy. I do this every day. You guys can do just a golden light. You guys can do the chainmail, knight's armor. You could do anything that you imagine it, that you can sit in your mind and imagine your body in. It doesn't have to be so intricate as myself. It could be as easy as just the light being in a bubble. He was making it a point because there's a lot of people out there that grab people's attention and make people anxious. Anxiousness can be an energy sucker. Nervousness. The fear of the unknown is actually a healthy fear because that gives you the permission slip to have faith that source is working with you for you, that things will be in alignment as they see fit. And that sometimes is very hard in a material 3D world where there is things that you need to have faith for. Like for myself, I have to have faith that I'm going to find another job. Bills don't pay themselves. I'm putting faith that whatever I'm putting in, somebody will call me back. Whatever divine orchestration happens. My father's birthday, I got notified from YouTube that I was going to be monetized and that it was accepted. And here are the steps that I need to take. So I took those steps. This might be that job. If this is a sign from the universe challenge accepted. But I'm not here to put anybody in fear. I'm here to give you the reality check and talk real life. That's not easy. You want somebody to tell you the pleasantries of reality, and that's not what I'm here to bring. I'm here to bring you truth and honesty. And yeah, we want love and light. I do so much want everybody to have prosperity and abundance. Who doesn't? Oh, well, there is people. There are people out there. Give me a second, guys. Sorry about that. I had Odin. He's now on my printer. I had to sneeze. Be mindful. I just saw that. Who is in your ears, in your energy, in your thinking process? Odin's looking around like, what the hell was that? Hi, baby. Yesterday, I read on my TikTok, Happy Times. Doesn't hurt to reread it here. A happy era is completely impossible because men want only to desire it, but not to have it. And every individual, if he has good days, learns virtually to pray for unrest and misery. The destiny of men is designed for happy moments. Every life has those, but not for happy eras. Nevertheless, this idea, as a heritage of past ages, will endure in the human imagination as a place beyond the mountains. For since ancient times, the concept of the age of happiness has been inferred from the state when, after powerfully exerting himself in hunting or war, man surrenders to rest, stretches his limbs, and hears the wings of slumber rustle around him. It is a false conclusion when man imagines, according to that old habit of mind, that after whole periods of misery and toil, he could experience such a state of happiness in corresponding intensity and duration. As we are developing and forever evolving, happiness is a very hard emotional state, frequency, and vibratory state to hold. When you listen to Bashar and he says you have to raise your frequency to your highest and purest of that emotional state. It's like saying the Peter Pan of sprinkling on fairy dust so that you can hold that thought so you can fly. And we saw in Hook, Robin Williams having a hard time holding that until he held it and was able to go off to Never Never Land. This is the muscle of energy that we need to harness and need to start implementing in our everyday lives. It's finding the practice of starting off small is very necessary. It's holding the frequency of something that brings you joy and holding it for a bit. Life happens. That's why it's hard to find your highest enjoyment and passionate states at all times, because life happens. Humanness happens. But it's how long you can hold that frequency for that matters. And it's something that we all need to harbor more in and prove Nisha wrong. We're moving out of polarity in time, and this is going to take a very long time, but the process starts small. Instead of feeling sorry that my dad turned 78 on Saturday and I'm wishing he would be here, he is here. And I asked him to help me, and what happened? I got accepted to my monetization just so that I can have some passive income. That brought me so much joy and happiness. I held that state and I made sure that I was cognizant of feeling that state, emoting, integrating that state of mind in my essence, in my whole body, feeling elated and holding that elation, not just letting it pass and wash over me as something else comes in to distract me. Being able to sit in that for a long time wasn't easy, but it was something I was able to achieve. And I think a lot of us need to find those things that bring you really elation, happiness at its true purest form, and try holding that state, that feeling, that ooey gooey gushy lovey bovey feeling that's in you, and holding it, not letting things distract you, the phone, the television, the information, a podcast, whatever it is. This is our teaching learnings that we're going to need to have moving forward, is learning how to hold states of feeling, of being on a longer scale of time, space. When you do that, you create the reality that you want, and it will become more intangible evidence as you elevate. I have channeling coming in. Hang on. I knew this was going to happen. I'm just going to get a lot of channeling, though it's very important. For many of you that watch We Not Me, unbeknownst to me today, I found out we're having a marathon and about the love frequency. Those who partake in that, I encourage it. It's much needed. But I want to preference this. You can only put out a frequency when you meet the frequency. Be in your heart space. I'm being very careful how I use my words. Just like happiness, it's fleeting. Love for many is defined in so many different capacities because we all feel and interpret love differently. From unconditional love for our animals to unconditional love for a friend, a family member, your spouse, your children, whatever is inhabiting your life and thyself. Love is a frequency. When you are partaking in such, make sure you're coming from the most authentic spot inside your heart. Yes, sending love to the negative side is something that will help transmute that side. But when you talk hate, shame, blame, and judge others, do you really have the most and fullest authentic frequency of love that is emanating out of your heart? This is the time and time again, the truest form of my knowing of what I and my higher self is bringing to you in the here and now. This is hard because it's a hard pill to swallow. As information is given, we can either go inside of ourselves and take that negation and transmute it to the positive timelines, to the positive polarity, or we can sit with it, absorb it, and not do any of that work. When you are bringing out the wood chippers and you want to see the other aspects of source gone, they will do it on their own. And you could do it in your own paradigm by not feeding it energy. We need to know what went wrong. But if that wrong never took place, we wouldn't be awake. We have to forgive. That is one of the hardest things that most people are not ready to do yet in their paradigm. In order to fully, authentically love in a higher capacity, I just saw that. There's a lot of activity going behind me. You need to forgive and release. So that old stagnancy that's in your aura is gone. And when you reflect and put it out there, the love frequency that you hold within you, it is pure. It is harmonizing. It is truth. That is the most important aspect of what you say and put it out into the universe is what is being received. When you're inauthentic with your words, because there's too many meanings to what that love is to you, it's going to be distorted in the field of energy. Make sure you're coming from your heart space and make sure that when you participate in such, it doesn't need to be just on that channel. It's in life in general. This is just a catalyst to bring some deeper, harder truths to the surface for all of you who watch me to process. Do it from a space in your heart that is true. You really mean it. And you're loving that other side, that negative energy. You're loving them. But Allison, how can I love somebody that harms children? It's hard. But Did you ever consider that they're at that state because something traumatic happened in their lives that they had nobody there to help them along the way? And the trauma just kept overlaying and overlaying and overlapping in their lives and all the cycles, and they can't get out of their heads. And it's shifted their wiring in their brain to make them the way they are. That's still source experiencing a paradigm that you might not quite understand, but yet still exists. Are you ready to forgive those people? For they know not. It took me a long time to wash that emotional state away that I hate. It's a strong word and it's very easy to say. It's very easy to say I hate. I'm pausing because I want you to think about it. I want you to ponder it in your mind. How many times a day do you say I hate? It took me a long time to reprogram to I dislike. Now I'm maturing the dislike to what I don't prefer. Because I don't want to hold those frequencies in me. I don't. I know what I don't prefer, and I know the things that I used to hate, I forgave, released, and let it go. So it's not in my field of energy. I'm not speaking love to a demon. I'm giving them love. And it has to be pure and it has to come from a very raw, humbled space. Or else it's just going to reflect off of them and they're not going to absorb the true emotional frequency that you are exuding and promoting and projecting out. That's how real evil, the negative polarity, gets transmuted. When you speak into existence that frequency, do you really mean it? I challenge you guys to really go in and feel what happiness and love is to you. What brings you that fluttering, gooey, dewy, oh, I love it. What brings you that feeling? You see, when Odin comes here and I'm holding him and giving him lots of kisses, it's like me in an elated state because they make me so happy. When I'm chatting with people and talking to people and exchanging a beautiful energy and beautiful words, that elates me. You have to find the things that elate you, that bring you to the state of highest excitement, happiness, and apply that to the love frequency and hold it. But the hypocritical thing is sitting there and saying you want other selves dead, that these people are evil and everything is negated and negative, 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 evil people. Let's destroy them. You can't destroy source. He plays both the androgyny, the energy therein, plays both roles. And then there you are promoting judgment. It's not easy. It is not an easy task to ask one to go through that route of rewiring your brain to forgive the things that you at one time hate. But it makes you a better person and it matures you and it gets you ready to move up to the next levels. I know many people that watch me are there. They're doing the work. They're working on themselves. It took me a long time to learn how to be in neutrality. I'm still catching myself making, they're not necessarily mistakes, but missteps. Like, oh shit, I judged that person. Oops. Where my maturity level of, well, how can I reword that so it doesn't, it's a perception and not a judgment. I give myself compassion and grace that I'm still on my learning curve and my learning process, and I am just giving everybody my honest opinions and the methods and ways that I go about doing my work on myself. I had people point out to me, hey, the way you're saying that, the way you're acting, it doesn't feel or sound right. Like, work on that, girl. And I say the same thing to all of you. When you can catch yourself in a moment of speaking, of expressing, of doing, and you stop yourself in the tracks because you know that route isn't the right one, is when you become the adept to mastery. Is when you know that the work you're doing on yourself is actually working because you can stop yourself in your tracks and make a different decision on, oh, wait, let me reword that, or wait, let me not feel it like that, or wait, let me just take a step back and a pause, take a deep breath, and let me think about what comes out of my mouth next or what action I'm going to do next. That's the real mastery of self. It's a forever process, but it's one that we all need to start working on and obtaining higher states of the pause, the stop, the mental gymnastics. I haven't said that word in a while. Mental gymnastics is striving to get that gold medal, to get that high score. And you're on the balance beam doing all these difficult tricks and moves, and you wobble a bit and you catch yourself. And sometimes you do fall off the balance beam, but you finish out the performance regardless. Mental gymnastics is you being in the flow of catching yourself doing all these beautiful moves, and then sometimes you slip up. But catching yourself and making the change or finishing out the performance to the best of your ability anyway. Not giving up, not walking off the stage. That's what I mean by mental gymnastics. And we continuously do this on a daily basis. We fight ourselves sometimes. Like, why do I feel this way today? I don't know. Why do I feel that way? So I sit and I detach my emotional state to that meh. I feel like crap today. Okay, why do I feel like crap today? Okay, so how can I fix that situation that makes me feel that way? Or can I right now? Or should I be dealing with it right now? Or maybe put it off to another day when I'm in a better mood so that I have a better result. These are the things that when you self-analyze and you go into critique yourself, okay, everything has a reason for coming to surface emotionally. It's finding the trigger to why. It's the answers to the why. Why do I feel this way? This is the catalyst that caused me to feel this way. Just like you wake up and you're exhausted. Okay, yeah, you're upstairs working. Okay, great. But can you fit a nap in during the day so you replenish your energy? See how that's like a fix, sort of? Or maybe I'm going to restructure my day that I can get to sleep earlier. I'm not going to stay up so late. I'll restructure how I do my schedule for the day. The energies are coming in, and a lot of us, I know for myself, I've been very extremely tired. And I've been scheduling in like 20-minute cat naps, short naps, that I'm going to close my eyes and lay here and just be still. Won't be so easy if I get a part-time job out of the house, but I will still try to make those things fit because they do make me, I feel worse in the beginning, but then during the day after that nap, I do start feeling a little bit more energized. I have to be consistent with those. But know yourself and how you operate without judgment on yourself. When you're in your fullest authentic self, you're accepting that other side, that shadow, the see you next Tuesday that's in you. And you use it to your advantage, not to your detriment. So when that marathon does come, please watch what comes out of your mouth. If you choose to partake in such, make sure that you're coming from the heart space of love for all and not just some. That's a real problem right now in the world. This is why the purging still continues and the shift isn't taking place on a bigger, massive scale. It's a slow walk because the process to get to the awakening of ascension still being missed by so many. It's a work in progress. I know I'm working my butt off to obtain that shift. But it's going to happen in myself when my higher self declares it that I'm ready. And right now, I know I'm not ready. I have a lot of difficult catalysts that I need to get through to understand the wisdom that I am gaining, the experience that I'm going through. And so many of you are in that process as well. You got to love all, not just what you prefer. You have to love humanity for what it is and accept it for what it is. The world isn't the world is a beautiful place, but there's a lot of ugly things taking place. And that is to show you, to illuminate for you what you prefer over what you don't, but you don't throw it more shade so it feeds itself and it continues to manifest and be in your reality. What a concept. Spirit, hi yourself. Just threw this on my lap, and I have to share this. The 12 evolutionary keys. 1, the other does not exist to please or displease you. The other exists to teach you. So take that with polarity. The evil people, the negative polarity, those you don't prefer, they're there to teach you. No one is guilty of what you feel. You are the one who chooses the feelings you have right now. I've been saying that. It's confirmed here. You control you, and you got to master yourself and the thought stream that you inhabit in your mind. It's about changing your mindset. It's about analyzing the triggers in your life that make you feel a certain way. It's not an easy process. I can tell you that I'm going through it continuously. But what I've gotten better at is pausing when I am cognizantly aware, because sometimes we do speak unconsciously. We're not aware of the things that we're in a conversation. It's like mute point kind of stuff. And oops, your unconscious comes out. It's okay. Those things happen. But when you are in control of your now moment, you have the ability to choose your feelings as you see fit. And that's what I'm trying to promote when you do go on that marathon. Choose your feelings wisely. The art of living without expectations, but with perspective, is the key to not get frustrated. When we don't have faith in the universe, and this is something that I'm trying to learn and integrate within my being, is not to have expectations on the end result. My first true test of this was when I moved. I had expectations to have specific things, like I wanted a big backyard, but I didn't want to move into an old house. But then I fell in love with the house that I'm in. It needs a lot of work still. Can't afford it, but needs work. But at the same time, I didn't have my expectations on what it looked like. I allowed the universe to bring it to me. That's what I've been trying to convey with the financial stuff that everybody's hanging on to, like the carrot on the stick. Don't have expectations it's going to look like what everybody's projecting. All the policies that are going to come into place, it's going to feel that way because things are going to be cheaper. Hopefully, we'll make more in our paychecks or whatever you have coming in to help assist you living. I feel that is really what that expectation may or may not look like. But we put too much expectations, things get distorted, and then your feelings get hurt when they don't happen. Have a perspective on it. Perceive yourself putting action into motion, doing something, but don't have an end result in mind. That also doesn't hinder you jumping onto a higher timeline. Spirit is now coming through very heavily. When we have an expectation, we're abounding ourselves in a timeline. When you don't have an expectation, you might jump further. That's why you shouldn't have them, because something better and greater could happen and not what you were expecting in the first place. Something better can come your way. And that's how you want to elevate your putting something into motion, an action that has a cause and effect, but that cause and effect isn't known. Because that end result might be sweeter than what you were thinking. Instead of being in the detrimental, oh my God, fear and gloom and doom, that's never going to work. It's going to be this. That's your ego. Make the assumption that it's going to be the best result ever, but don't have a definition of what it is. Sorry, I'm trying to clear my throat. This might help. Tobacco, by the way. I've already mastered this since I was a little kid. Cure in yourself the addiction to the need for the approval of the other. Only then can you enjoy the audacity and natural confidence of your spirit, your essence. At a very young age, I accepted that I was different, and that I was a very unique, standout kind of individual. No matter how hard I tried blending in and looking and being normal, which there really isn't such a thing, we perceive it that way, that there's a social norm that everybody has, flannels and vests and khaki boots on for fall, and everybody's holding Starbucks cups and with cute little fuzzy hats with bowls on top. That's just the girl stereotype, right? I always bounded to be different and stood in that authentic self stage as a little kid. I didn't care that people calling me freak, witch, Satanist didn't bother me. It actually fed me to be a better human being and to strive to do me at all times with no apologies. Can you do that for yourself? Can you stand in your empowerment to be the best you that you can be and without worrying about what the background noise is saying? Are you presenting yourself in your own most authenticness? I know I am on all levels and all times. And earlier, I made the statement to somebody in my comments, the beautiful Charlene. I am a test. I signed up for this assignment of being a test for other people. A test in the regard that I'm delivering messages that attests people from the source that is coming from. That little gothic girl, the little labels that we give everybody, that freak, that non-religious person, that spiritual person is saying so much that resonates with me, but I can't respect or believe her because of the way she looks. I'm a test to show you that God, source, the infinite all, talks and speaks through all of us. That my outwardly expression of self is a challenge for many people, but once they could see past the outer external extension of my expression, and they could see my pure essence and its fullest light, all the judgment goes by the wayside. And that is something that a lot of people are now shedding, that gonna have a lot of this. And I hope that you do it for yourself. Stop worrying what other people think. You are a beautiful soul. And if you love yourself fully with the highest frequency where you're sitting in love and happiness, you're on the right path. 5, you have no control of anything external, no matter how much you think you do. Free yourself from the need to control. Only then will you have control over yourself and your life. Self-control. That's self-explanatory. I'd hope. Do not move away from yourself to try to fit into The narrow space of thought that the other has towards you, that will not work. When you cancel yourself to please someone, your light goes out. This still is very much walking your authentic path, no matter what. Do not believe what others tell you, however romantic and poetic it may be. What matters are attitudes and not words. It's the truth. When people are spiritualizing frequency and telling you that this is going to do this, if they're not doing it fully for themselves, they're empty words. It's when you put your actual will and intention into something purely, not being the hypocrite, that things will produce in your life. And the energy that you're expending will go to where it's expended to. It's very important. Our words are very, very, very powerful. Our vibrations, our frequency are very powerful. And when you're walking in the state of authenticity and you're speaking, you're affecting the field of energy around you. Understand. There's a little Freya. Understand that to its largest capacity. You want your words to hit where they are sent. You want, when you say, I love you to somebody, you want them to feel it the way you intend it to. And 9 times out of 10, that's misinterpreted. See Freya cat? Freya loves my pyramids. She loves being around them. Right, cow kitty? Right, mama? She's giving me that look like, leave me alone, mama. Abandon pride and the illusion of believing that everything will be as you want, desire, or need. Learn to flow with life, embracing your humility and flexibility. There's a reason why we all go through things. There is a lot of illusion that we live in, and there are certain things that we signed up to have as catalysts for learning. And there will be a desire or a need that you have that just doesn't come. Have faith that all the things that you are supposed to have will come to you in its divine orchestration. But when you learn to flow, be the flow, and live the flow, and be humble about it and be flexible with it, because we're not supposed to have the expectations of that end result. It will come and do as the result will happen. That's hard. Everything is fleeting. Up close, life is a tragedy. From afar, it is a comedy. In a while, you will laugh at all the dramas you have created because everything happens. You are responsible for everything that happens in your life. Your predominant thoughts and feelings will shape your reality, whether you like it or not. That's why it's so important to rewire your mind out of the negative paradigm that has been forced and programmed upon all of us. I've been saying this a lot of videos. We've been programmed to think negative first and not positive. We've been programmed for specific things in the negative and not the positive. Like the Curtis has brought out, thou shalt not kill thy neighbor. Well, what can we do? It's a play on words. And when you refine and rewire your brain to think on more of negative, a positive sense and not a negative, but being logical and realistic, it's not the hippie hugging a tree and floating around. It's being logical and rational with your personality. Everybody's different. And there are some people out there that are very floaty and amazingly loving people that are too optimistic and everything is just a-okay. And we have to come into an acceptance that's not everything is a-okay. That's a reality. We can't be in denial of the negative. We can't be ignoring the negative, especially the things that happen in our life. We have to detach and go, okay, what was the lesson I was supposed to learn? Why is this coming up in my life? Why do I have these feelings? These are things for us to explore, to learn from, not to be punished by. So if you want to change your reality, change your thoughts and feelings. Live with simplicity and more reality. Only then will who you really are emerge. This will make you authentic and transparent. Happiness is an inner task. Laugh more and don't take everything so seriously. After all, the essence of life is to discover and enjoy this wonderful adventure called life. Love always. I thought that was extremely meaningful and beautiful to convey to all of you. It is a purpose that we all serve. And that purpose is just to be. But be you in your truest form. And not the false light that's been projected that mainstream wants you to be. Walk your authentic path. Bray is like, yep, I'm readjusting. My beautiful cards. These are some tools that I use to help me with my mindset and to go dig deeper into things. I persevere through all things, no matter what life throws my way. What significant challenge have I been through lately? How did I overcome it? I'm still in it to win it, chicken dinner with my finances. How will I overcome it? Hopefully finding a job or somebody in the financial field that can give me advice on what my best next steps can be. That is something that it's not my strong suit. What would be best fitting my situation? See how I went about that? I'm still in it. I'm persevering through it. I am putting myself out there, putting my application out there, looking at opportunities, thinking outside of the box at different stuff like consignments and vending events. And I don't know, just looking at things. Oh boy, baby. Indifferences. I find joy in the little things and take nothing for granted. How can I be more observant today? Where'd you go? Oh, she's like literally really behind me. How can I be more observant today? What can I, what am I expecting to go right today? Those are good answers to questions. Today, I was cutting up crayons, meditating, making gingerbread crayons, drawing, just being in the moment and enjoying what I was doing. What goes right today is that I'm in a state of happy joy and holding that state of frequency and trying to share it and impart it on others. I am strong and powerful. How have I demonstrated strength recently? How did this make me feel? These are very good cards to help you explore in depth. How have I demonstrated strength recently? What are you going through in your life that you can answer that question? I am not defined by the mistakes of yesterday. How can I learn from the past and apply it to the future? What will I do if I make a mistake today? How will I react? And I hope many of you would say, I give myself compassion and grace, for the mistake was a learning tool and showing me that I need more, teaching, learning potentialities to occur. For me to not even classify things as a mistake. Today, I invite calm and peace into my life. How do I feel when I am calm and at peace? How can I invoke this feeling during times of stress? These are just a couple of examples of tools that will help you on your journey. And for anybody that's out there that are, public speakers or somebody who's a counselor or a guide, this is a very good tool to help people heal themselves and hold themselves accountable to their feelings. These feelings come up for a reason. It's to be dealt with. It's to be explored, whether they're good or bad. But it's trying to not go deep into the negative, like, why to do that? Because my life is so numb and horrible. Okay, now how can we turn that around? How can we make things less horrible? What could you implement into your life that you're not so depressed? What are the things that bring you joy? These cards, 60 empowering questions and affirmation cards. Very, very useful tool for you to use, to explore, to answer those why questions, to go deep within, to rewire your mind. Very useful tool. I'm going to pull some cards. Give me a minute. Nourish. You are love. And you are loved. The image consists of your soul star, Gaia, the soul of Earth, and the divine cleansing that is expanding the love of all. Honor your temple, your body, for it is the physical manifestation of your soul. In doing so, you honor Earth, for she is the physical manifestation of Gaia. Don't judge your environment or your body. Just be discerning about what you focus on and digest what feels helpful. Gaia knows how grateful you are because you are here. She wants to remind you that worthiness and ease on your birthright. You are creating beauty, intimacy, and deeper connections with Gaia and your higher self just by playing on Earth. On this planet, all is forever moving into more and more love. Take accountability for that. Joy. Discover what you love. If a thought does not give you joy, then search for one that does. Thank that thought for showing you where you don't feel joyful. Then reach for a pleasing thought. You can empower yourself by choosing joyful thoughts. What will you choose today? There's almost always something to make you feel at ease in every situation. It is up to you to find that. Try reaching for a joyous thought right now. Look around your house at what gives you joy. Turn toward the joy in your life. If you can't find it outside, go within and create inner joy. It is not always the easiest thing to do. However, it is one of the most worthwhile things you can do for your physical and mental well-being. Open your heart to allow blissful inspiration to direct your actions, and you will give without expectation. Joy is your natural state of being. Now is the time to honor it. As I'm losing my voice. Oh, Odin is with Freya. So Spirit is bringing just a confirmation of what I've been saying this whole time during the spiritual soul advice. It's a state of mind. I know I've done a lot of spiritual soul advices on this stuff, but maybe this time more people will listen and follow suit or start initiating yourself into that state. Remember, our thoughts become things. And when we keep thinking negatively, we keep manifesting what we don't want. When we're in the states of hate, shame, and blame for the other selves that are having their experiences, we're allowing them to manifest the things we don't prefer. We've been programmed to look at the other side with hate. We're pointing the finger without realizing that we gave them the power to do it in the first place. It's time now to claim our birthright and to claim the power that's within you to manifest, to bring forward the new earth. We have to do this together. It's not I create my own version of new earth, and that will be the case. But in order for it to outwardly manifest, humanity has to come together to do it. So there is physical, actual, tangible evidence that is existing, not just the little glimmers of frequency that we shift in and out of that we see. I know I have people that talk to me in normal, stereotypical light workers who are on that other side politically, who tell me that they see the matrix, they see things fading in and out, they see the patterning, they see the glitches. Those are just hints into what will eventually become solidified in material. Flexibility. Life is full of changes and surprises. Your guidance is to move with the current, for it is the resisting the flow which creates problems. Ask your angel to help you open your mind and heart to new ideas and fresh options. When you accept the possibility that there are other ways previously unseen, doorways will be open to you and you will move easily through change. There's a solution to every problem. So look at all things with eyes of love and expectation. Then life force will flow freely through you. You will feel healthy and alive and can access the necessary resources and wisdom within yourself to help you through change. I am free and flexible. Fun. Your guidance is to take time to enjoy yourself. Relax and find your sense of humor. Treat things lightly. Fun brings lightness of spirit, and the most difficult situation can be erased if you see the funny side of things. So cultivate a sense of the ridiculous. How can you bring play, laughter, and fun into your social life, your relationships, your work life? When you have fun, the angels rejoice, for there is nothing they love more than joy, play, and humor and laughter. I master my emotions. That's beautiful and important for us. I unfortunately left in how to play. There we go. Breakthrough. How many beautiful heartfelt wishes have been crushed by fear? How many times has society's voice of disapproval cast a shadow on your dreams? It is time to break free of these false beliefs and release and realize your dreams. Allow your heart to guide you. Trust your inner guidance. The time is right. Prayer. Dear guardian angel, help me to believe that all is possible through love. Help me manifest my dreams and live an inspiring and fulfilling life. Help me to feel God's presence in every moment. Help me feel eternally love. Thank you for being always by my side. As I'm saying those words, envision your guardian angel, whatever entity you believe that is with you, helping you, giving you that hug, loving you. See it. See it. Feel it. It's important that we do that. Very important, by the way, to do that. Ooh, that has high vibes on that one. Mhm. Tear down the walls around your heart. Give and receive security and warmth. Live playfully and with a light heart. Listen to the voice of your inner child. So the theme, when I watch tarot, I watch for a bunch of tarot card readers, and if they pull similar cards, it's a sign for me. And what now the theme is, besides love, feeling it and going within, is being lighthearted and playful. That's really the sign theme that we're getting here today. A light-filled angel is at your side. It watches over you at every dark doorway, just like your guardian angel. The love of your dragon reaches out to you. The realm of your truth is opening up. I know Scott have seen some dragons in the back. I do have called down my dragons to protect this house. And I don't think anything behind me is evil. I think a lot of it is just stagnant energy that just needs to be moved on. And that moving on process takes a while for some of them. Trust your guts. When it comes to intuition, there's my eyesight. You have the strong gut feelings toward your action. Deep down inside, you surely know what's next. Make a commitment. Stay committed to whatever aspect in your life, relationships, career, path, or your self-development, all need a strong sense of responsibility because you have a long way to go. Like this channel, I did not give up on it. I persevered. My mission doesn't change. My messages don't change. My mission is to help people see beyond the one book, to see the potentialities that are out there. Going through my own journey, helping you go through yours. Keep it to yourself. You have brilliant and outstanding ideas with an unconventional style. So before you round up and perform it, keep it a secret to prevent yourself from judgment or competitive energy. Or just ignore it and do you, boo. Be confident. Make more eye contact and spontaneous communication. Open your chest and take a deep breath to activate more self-confidence. You are simply amazing. What is Freya seeing behind me? I don't know. I don't feed these cats that much, and they're chunk balls. Odin's like really huge, not in fatness, but he's a rather large, big guy. She's petite and a little rumpy. That's right, Freya. Jera, Ja, year, harvest. There are strong seasonal associations with this card. This is the rune of the good harvest, or the culmination of a year or a cycle of planting and growing that results in fruitful crops. In other words, this card suggests that there have been many tough obstacles for you to overcome, but you are about to feel the peace that comes when success is hard earned and justified. Huh, that's great. Enjoy those rewards when you receive them, but do not relax too much. There is a forward momentum with this card, and you are advised to plan ahead. The seasons of the year have a relentless quality, and you need to prepare for the inevitable of another winter, when resources may be scarce again. Above all, this card reminds you that life is cyclical, and that during the good times, you should build up your strength and learn lessons from any hardships to overcome and prepare for the future, whatever it may bring. Absolutely. And last but not least, we got this card literally the other day. Literally. Beatitude of sacred rapture. Let your true self be seen. Search for the deeper spiritual purpose and opportunity for healing beneath conflict and suffering. If you have been in pain, this oracle brings a message of a joyful breakthrough. Your soul is growing stronger, more able to have faith in wisdom than in judgment or doubt. Commit to your spiritual path, and you know you are making progress, even if things seem more difficult for a time. Know that any such difficulty is a part of your healing and that you will successfully move through it. Trust yourself. What visions of yourself or others do you either cling to or free yourself from? How might your choice either encourage or impede your soul awakening? When life is tough, you can admire the courage it takes to grow. There's a compliment inherent in being allowed life challenges. If you or another are battling something, you can choose to feel awe and respect rather than fear and despair. The oracle brings guidance that the beautiful healing truth of spirit is your reality. All else is a nightmarish misuse of imagination by the ego. When you sense spirit at work in your life, totally trustworthy and having your back, you are seeing clearly. Remember that even in the tremors, trials, and tribulations of human life, you are a radiant soul who is growing ever more luminous through the wisdom, compassion, and strength distilled through those experiences. Look for the light beneath all phenomena, and you shall know the peace and love that is with all beings, always. It's a beautiful message. And I guess Spirit needs you to hear it again. I hope that I inspire many of you to do the inner work and just to plant the seeds in your brain that when you're coming fully from your heart and you're projecting words and saying messages to people, that you actually mean what you say and that you're living it, doing it, walking it, flowing with it, not just saying it because it feels great for a fleeting moment, because you know that it is what it is. This is the message that Spirit wants you to be playful, to bring joy to your life. Watch things that are going to make you laugh and smile. Those are other ways to get your state of preferred enjoyment and happiness and love to elevate. How does it feel when you have that deep belly laugh or that chuckle and giggle? I love giggling. I shared a humongously long ass giggle when watching the Tyson fight when they showed his booty. Died laughing. It was funny. And I shared that moment, and it was wonderful to do that. I know there's a lot of people. I know there's one. Her name is Judy. She does wonderful things and sends me some of her creations that just, when I open up her boxes, brings me so much joy and excitement. It's wonderful. What brings you joy? What do you do to make yourself laugh? When we're in these states, it elevates us. So when that marathon happens, please be mindful to not feed the hate, the destruction, this is what they did to us. We did it to ourselves. We signed up for this. Accept that. Release it. In order to heal the world, we need to send it love. That high frequency of love coming from many of you is what's helping this shift happen quicker. We need more on board. So let's work together to get to that state of realization, obtainment, and beauty. Sending each and every one of you love, light, compassion, grace, shielding, and protective energy. Please go within. Be the shoulder physically for somebody to lean on. Be the lighthouse. Seed your truths respectfully and maturely. And I want to thank everybody for helping me get to this state this far. Thank you. My gratitude to everybody who's been helping me. I really, really, truly appreciate your help and your love and your compassion. Say a prayer for the world. Put me in them. I hope to see you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and if you're interested in supporting the channel, you can join the membership option. Eventually, I will grow and I will do member-only videos or you get to see things first kind of videos. So check that stuff out. Who knows what will be. I'm trying to be inventive and come up with some fun stuff to do. Um, maybe a paint and sip, get some tea, coffee, spirits, alcohol, sit and do some artwork. I'm thinking about doing that. Um, maybe doing a live where, or a members only, where I'm pulling oracle cards for people. I might do that too, not just for the collective that I do all the time. So we'll see how that works. I'm just just got this, so I'm growing. And if you have any, anything you would like for me to do, if you would like to become a member or think about interesting topics, I'm open. I'm all ears. Email me, or some of you know how to get in touch with me. So until the next one, guys, thank you for watching. Bye for now.